Keegan Murray back, and the Sacramento Kings. They used their hustle, energy, and effort. They may have been undersized, but what they lacked in height, they made up for the hustle, energy, and effort. And from rotations on defense to grabbing rebounds, they were flying tonight all around the court as they get their second win of the season for the first time in back-to-back games against the Nuggets and the Minnesota Timberwolves. The beam is lit, it's bright, it's shining. Let's talk about this wild win on this Monday night right now on Kings Related Podcast. So let's go. What is up, everyone? Welcome back to another episode of our Kings Related Podcast, wherever you may be. And the Kings win in overtime over the Minnesota Timberwolves. Before we get into tonight's post-game recap, please do us a favor. If you're watching on YouTube, please hit that thumbs up, hit that subscribe button, leave a comment down below. And we're also available on all audio platforms. So please hit that follow button and rate 5 stars. That will be much appreciated. Oh my gosh, what an incredible, impressive win by the Sacramento Kings over the Timberwolves. And that Sacramento home crowd was absolutely insane, as expected. Despite being just the 5th win of the season, you give us, the fans, the smallest reason in this city, in this fan base, will always show up for this team. Just absolutely incredible. Both Sacramento and Minnesota put on an absolute show tonight inside the Golden One Center. It took an extra 5 minutes to come up with a win and to light that beam. It was the Sacramento Kings that held on for a stunning 117 to 112 victory. Kings making plays down the stretch. The Timberwolves making some uncharacteristic plays, turnovers that cost them late in that game. So let's go back to the beginning. After a slow start to this game for Sacramento, had a great recovery, closed the first quarter. He trailed Minnesota after 27 to 23. Rosen had 7 points after the first. Keegan Murray, his first home game of the season, he had 5 points and 3 rebounds. And then you had 4 points each for Dennis Schroeder and Malik Monk off that Sacramento bench. And then going into halftime, the Kings trailed 54 to 46 going into the locker room. And Keegan Murray led the team with 15 points on 6 of 11 shooting from the field. Rosen, 9 points. He had 6 points for Precious and 5 points for Zach LaVine at the halftime. And the Kings, they shot just 41.5% from the field. Incredible. You talk about Keegan, 15 points. Everyone else who had 9 points or less. And the Kings, after the first 2 quarters, 26 points in the paint for the Sacramento Kings. Absolutely incredible. And that was the story most of this night for Sacramento, was points in the paint. And they finished this night incredible with the points in the paint for the Kings in this game. Even though they did not shoot the ball well on 3, and like they only 26.9% on the game tonight from 3, 726 overall from the 3-point line. So incredible job by the Sacramento Kings. Going into the fourth quarter, this was a 5-point game as the Kings continued to battle out of the locker room. Going into the fourth, It was a 5-point game. Rosen, 19 points leading the way. Keegan, 17 points and 6 rebounds. And no other Kings player was in double figures in scoring. And then you had 9 assists for Dennis Schroeder in this game. And the 3-point shooting is the difference. What's the difference in this Kings Timberwolves up to this point? Sacramento was 4-11 through 3 quarters for 36%. Minnesota 10-26 through 3 quarters for 38%. Timberwolves had nearly as many made triples as the Sacramento Kings had in attempts through 3 quarters in this basketball game. It's absolutely incredible for the Sacramento Kings. Keegan Murray taking a lead, and in his 3rd game of the season, Keegan was aggressively attacked on the big Timberwolves front line and coming away with 26 points to go with a career best 15 rebounds for Keegan Murray. And do you think with Keegan being back, he makes a whole lot different for this team? And for the second time, he was in the starting lineup. He makes a whole lot of difference in that starting lineup for the Sacramento Kings. Absolutely incredible. Malik Monk, or should we say the flying Monk, because it took a while for him to arrive in this basketball game. But Malik Monk was absolutely fearless, attacking the rim against one of the greatest shot blockers in the NBA that we have today's NBA in Rudy Gobert. Monk, 22 points, 9 of 18 shooting, a couple of big threes late in this basketball game, and he got this Kings crowd absolutely on their feet and involved. And he had, in my opinion, the save of the game with a late save out of bounds, which was absolutely wild, diving to the floor and keeping the ball from going out of bounds. Absolutely incredible. Then you got the 3rd quarter, firepower. DeMar DeRozan put up 9 points in the first half, but when he came out of that locker room for the second half, he was looking to score. And the 36-year-old even threw down a monster dunk in transition on his way to 33 points on 9 of 16 shooting and perfect from the free throw line, 15 of 15 in this game. And another guy off the bench tonight, Precious Chua, earning more minutes as he continues to fight for his spot in this rotation now that Keegan is back. He brings toughness, he brings the energy that this team has lacked. And even against bigger players, Precious, he finished this game with 10 points, 7 rebounds, and a block in his 34 minutes of action. Incredible. And then it was another quiet night for Zach LaVine. He did not play much in this game. Zach, who's averaged this season 29 points a game over the first 6 games for the Sacramento Kings. Since then, it's been a roller coaster ride for Zach. And coming in through tonight's game, Zach LaVine was averaging 16 points over his last 9 games and posted just 7 points tonight against the Minnesota Timberwolves. Guy off the bench again, Dennis Schroeder, who had a bounce back game on Saturday night against the Nuggets. I talked about this after that game on Saturday night. Dennis Schroeder is one of the streakiest shooters that I could remember in playing for the Sacramento Kings. Because after a great shooting night against the Nuggets on Saturday, he struggled to score 6 points on 2 of 8 shooting, with the shots not falling. Schroeder set up his teammates, posting a team-high 9 assists. Even though he wasn't scoring, he still was involved in other ways. That's what I like to see. If you're not contributing from a scoring perspective, you're contributing other ways. And great job by Trudeau tonight with a team high 9 assists. As wild as this game was for the first 48 minutes, and then the 5 extra minutes in overtime, the Sacramento Kings actually trailed for most of this game. They did not take the first lead until overtime. They were down 10 with 99-89, and the Kings won this game. Really impressive fight from Sacramento and a true welcome back performance from Keegan Murray. I'm telling you this is Keegan Murray's team. He is the new face of this franchise as they kind of rebuild this team around him. And now the Kings have won back-to-back games for the first time this season. Can they make it 3 in a row coming up Wednesday against a surprisingly good Phoenix Suns team? We shall see. And another note, tonight against Minnesota, tonight is just the 5th time for Keegan Murray in his 236 career games that he has shot 19 plus field goals attempts in a game. I'll say it again. This is Keegan Murray's team going forward as the Sacramento Kings look to retool, rebuild, whatever word you want to use as they build this team around him. Absolutely incredible win against 2 really good teams, the Denver Nuggets and the Minnesota Timberwolves, a Minnesota team who blew a lead in the last game on Friday night against Phoenix. They had 2 days to sit on that, and for you to come out trailing for most of the game and not taking your first lead till overtime and winning this, absolutely incredible. And the Sacramento Kings may have found something that works, because after losing 8 straight games, and now that you've won 2 games in a row in really impressive fashions, after taking down the Nuggets and now the Timberwolves in overtime, you use tonight with big nights from DeRozan, Keegan Murray, and Malik Monk, who each had tonight 33, 26, 22 points respectively. And then you had Anthony Edwards, who led the way for Minnesota with 43 points in this game, shooting from the field. But believe it or not, the Sacramento Kings, they used their defense to get back into this game. You did not hear me wrong. The Kings' defense got them back into this game, and that is why the beam is shining bright in the Sacramento sky. Even though there is some fog, it's an impressive scene. The beam is bright because the Kings' defense got them back in this game and won it. Absolutely incredible game. And that will do it for this post-game recap of the Kings' victory, 117-112 win over the Minnesota Timberwolves. Be sure to smash that subscribe button, hit that thumbs up, leave a comment down below. Who is your player of the game? Keegan Murray, DeRozan, or Malik Monk? Let me know in the comments down below. And we'll catch you next time on another edition of our Kings-related podcast and another post-game recap Wednesday night following the Kings and the Phoenix Suns. So, as always, take care, go Kings, and light the beam.